Today.
I'm fine, thank you.
We are very glad that you're here.
Oh, I'm very happy to be here also.
And how is the weather today in Brazil?
Oh, it's a rainy day here in Porto Alegre. It's raining right now, and it's a it's a good day, but a lot of water here.
Good. Also here, there's a storm at the moment. So there's a huge system of rain and hard winds all over the region, Greece, Turkey, Israel as well. So we under this influence at the moment and for the next 2 weeks.
Yes. I heard yesterday in Israel there is some problem. The access of internet. It's difficult. I don't know if you know something about this.
Not at the moment. We have also here at home, we have special internet, special fibers under the ground. It's very, very progressive internet. It's from glass. So I don't know how to say this. I don't know to use the right term for it in English, but this is the most advanced internet. So it's not influenced from weather, storms, and so on.
Oh,
In
that's great.
Yes, it's unconditional in a way. So and I'm very glad that we moved like 1 year ago. Yes, 1 year and 3 months, like 15 months ago, we moved to this special internet, so it's unconditional. Thank you for asking.
Hey, Etty,
Yes,
Tiziane is here in my side, and she wants to say hello. Just say hello to me.
yes, hello.
Noite.
I'm very glad to hear you. How are you?
Uh,
You can
também.
translate, Rodrigo. Let her speak in Portuguese, please.
Eu estou bem, ótima, maravilhosamente bem. Ainda mais ouvindo a tua voz nas manhãs, na semana.
She said that she is fine, great, and she like a lot to hear your voice because she she like a lot your voice is very how can I say peaceful to her. It's a very kind, so she like to hear you. She don't understand. She cannot understand uh, English, but she like to hear your voice.
Thank you very much. Wish you all the best, Lisiane, and we are very, very happy that you are with us. Our heart is with you.
Obrigada, eu também.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And good morning, Jill, and good afternoon, Victoria. I hope you can hear us, Jill.
Can, can you hear me? You can hear me?
Yes, we can. Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
We're fine. Under the storm, under the influence of the storm, which is a long one this time and unusual. Since 1910, they did not
Mm-hmm.
measure such a low temperature in at mid-March. And for so
Wow.
long, yes, it's a huge system. Yes,
That's
on the
interesting.
region. Yes, yes. And
I'm
how
sorry that I
it
wasn't here yesterday. I got like lost in the whole halo of the time change.
Oh, it happens.
Your time change, yeah. And I didn't even put two and two together. And so
It's
yeah, I didn't get it.
I think that this weekend we are moving to summer clock. And 20 this not this week but the next week, the 25th
Mm-hmm.
25th of March, Israel is moving to summer clock. So it
Oh,
will,
okay.
yes, and I think Europe as well, the last week of March, last weekend
So
of March.
your time changes by an hour as well?
Only next week, and the 25th, we shall be again the same
Okay.
distance of time from North America.
Oh, I see, I see.
Yes, yes. Thank you for joining us, Jill, today.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here. It was good to hear Rodrigo's wife too, because my cousin is from Brazil, but she speaks mainly English, so it's nice to hear people speaking Portuguese.
So let Rodrigo open. Rodrigo, did you hear what Jill was saying?
Yes, she had a cousin that I don't know live in Brazil, and he's speak Portuguese, and she liked to her Portuguese. I understand this. I don't know if you're right.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Just let Lisiane speaks whenever she wants to speak, and then we shall see later painting pictures and so. So let her participate even in Portuguese, and you can translate it. So her heart, let her heart participate. So please feel free. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. And good afternoon, Victoria. We are very happy that you're here. Very, very happy. And let us start, yes, with the whiteboard. Jill, do you have access to the whiteboard? And
Yes, I do.
yes, very good. So let's all of us move. And Rodrigo as well. Do you have an access to the whiteboard? And on YouTube, I think also we have an access to the whiteboard. Let us see. Let us see. Victoria, do you have an access? Please let us know, Victoria, whenever you can see the whiteboard, but I have to move to a VPN, excuse me. Victoria, maybe the whiteboard is not moving. I have to move to a VPN. Please, Victoria, if you can see the whiteboard, please share with us, because at the moment I don't see the whiteboard on YouTube.
I'm seeing it on YouTube right now.
So very good, very good.
It's still in small letters, like on the whiteboard.
Okay. So let us join, and yes, Jill, Rodrigo, and Victoria, and Lisiane, please choose. There's text from the book of Esther in the middle. There is a painting, or a sketch from Rembrandt. And there's one detail from the same sketch on the left. So with which part would you like to start? And good morning, Nadalia. Good morning. What would you like to start with? Rodrigo or Jill?
It's like the text. But,
The text.
it doesn't matter for me.
Yeah. Yes. Let's read the English. Yes. Let's focus here. Is it clear? The letters are clear?
Yes, it's perfectly
Yeah,
clear.
yeah, it's clear. It's clear.
Good. So who would like to read in English?
I could read. So the king and Haman came to banquet with Esther the queen. And the king said unto Esther on the second day at the banquet of wine, Whatever thy petition, Queen Esther, it shall be granted thee, and whatever thy request, even to the half of the kingdom, it shall be performed. Then Esther the queen answered and said, If I have found favor in thy sight, O king, and if it please the king, let my life be given me at my petition, and my people at my request. For we are sold, people, to be destroyed, to be slain, and to perish. But if we had been sold for bondmen and bondwomen, I had held my peace, for the adversary is not worthy that the king be damaged.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. When we look at verse 4, who is speaking? Whose speech is it? Who is speaking on verse 4?
Esther.
Yes, Rodrigo?
Esther.
Esther. And yes, and Jill?
Yes, I thought it was Queen Esther too.
Yes, but this is who is Esther?
All the hidden.
Yes, excellent. Yes. So the hidden is speaking. Verse 4, I'll make it a bit thinner, the pen, is being spoken seemingly by Esther, but by the hidden. So, what does the hidden say? And let's move into the Hebrew. Me and my people, good morning, Fernando. We're very happy that you're here.
Shalom, shalom, friends. I'm listening it.
Shalom,
Happy to be here.
We're very happy. Yeah, please. We are reading at the moment Esther 7:4. Jill was reading. Jill, can you read please again the 4 verses that Fernando could participate? Yes?
Sure.
Thank you.
So the king and Haman came to banquet with Esther the queen. And the king said again unto Esther on the second day at the banquet of wine, whatever thy petition, Queen Esther, it shall be granted thee, and whatever thy request, even to the half of the kingdom, it shall be performed. Then Esther the queen answered and said, If I have found favor in thy sight, O king, and if it please the king, let my life be given me at my petition, and my people at my request. For we are sold, I and my people, to be destroyed, to be slain, and to perish. But if we have been sold for bondmen and bondwomen, I had held my peace. But the adversary is not worthy that the king be endamaged.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
When I asked before who is speaking on verse 4, the answer was Esther, or Queen Esther. And when I asked who is Esther, the answer was the hidden. So basically, every speech that we read about in the book of Esther, which comes seemingly from the queen or from Esther, is the speech of the hidden. So I would like to forward us to the Hebrew verse 4 and to abstract what is the term me and my people in Hebrew. Me, this is ani, and my people, ami. So let's write it again. Ani is I. Ani is I. Ami is my people. But this is how do you say, this is a literal translation, but let's see what is behind this and how we can reach the truthful meaning of the story. Ani ve'ami, me and my people. But this is the speech of the hidden. What can we do with those 3 letters of ani? What happens when we arrange them in a different order? What do we get?
Ein.
Ein. What is ein?
Infinity,
Yes.
without end.
Without end. So instead of writing I, we write infinity, Ein Sof. Ve'ami, and my people I live as it is. Now let's go and abstract those terms. Instead of I, we write infinity and see what we get. Infinite and my people. This is what it means in English. Infinite has the value of 207. If you want, I can abstract each letter. Infinite. Yes?
It's correct. It's the same value of or.
Yes. The same value of O, which is light. Light. O. Yes. Ve'ami, my people, 70, 40, 10, and 6. So how much do we have in general?
126.
126. That's correct. What happens when we sum them up? What do we get?
333?
Yes. So, what does the infinite say? Who is I and my people? What does the number 3 stand for? As long as we remember the triangle, Pythagoras triangle.
The spirit.
The spirit.
Ani is is the infinite light, is the
Yes.
hidden light,
Is the
and my people is the spirit.
Yes. All what comes with the infinite light. This is my people. So, the infinite light and the spirit are being what? Aware what? Were sold. The infinite light and the spirit were sold. This is what the hidden is saying.
Eti,
Yes.
this is beautiful. And this morning when I saw the theme for today lesson, I
Yes.
found it very beautiful, and I related with what we saw yesterday on the selling Joseph.
Yes.
And if I may just share that, what came to my mind is that I think that we sell the spirit more often than we should, or we desire,
Yes.
because even in a psychological frame of thinking, it's said that we used to sell some parts of us to privilege just the brighter side, just to earn more money, or to make competition, or to be bright, and to I don't know, to be ready to act in the world as people expect of us.
Yes.
But to act as the people expect of us, it could be in our family, or in our office, or everything.
Yes.
Sometimes we sell the spirit that doesn't want to act the role that people expect from us.
Yes.
Uh, just this idea came to me while I was thinking about the class.
Yes. Thank you. Nedelia is saying she's sharing the same experience. She says, I agree. Yes, it is very often that we sell our spirit just to fulfill the expectation of the surrounding at work, in family, to fulfill a role, to fulfill a frame or an image that somebody thinks about us. And we are sold. I mean, the human soul is being sold in very cheap, very, very cheap. And in a way, this conversation today is an extension of what we learned yesterday about selling Joseph. This is an extension, because here Esther speaks about the selling of the soul, and also Joseph is being sold. And I would like to go, if it is possible at the moment, to go more to the letters and to explain why Judah is the one who sells Joseph. But it's a very, very deep story, because we have to abstract the name Judah. And it is very, very long. How do you say, structure of thinking. But before we move to this kind of thinking, do you have any questions? Would you like to discuss Rembrandt painting, or any question that you think of? I shall be delighted to answer or to discuss. Yes.
I'm ready to follow you, Eti.
Yes, I'm ready to follow also at you can talk about Judah and this and what you're talking about, or we can discuss the painter Rembrandt.
Yes.
You decide.
Yes. Yes. But since it's a very long structure, but also very simple. So I would like to discuss this with you. When we look at the four, I don't know from which direction to start, but I'll do my best. How do we write the name Judah? Who would like to?
It's like the tetragrammaton. I'm
Yes.
sorry,
Yes.
but with an additional dalet, Yehuda.
Yehuda. So it's the tetragrammaton. The tetragrammaton. This is the structure. Plus the letter Dalet, which its value it's 4. Victoria is writing, this is so interesting. Before this lesson, I was watching the Peaceful Warrior when it was said the people that are harvest to love need it the most. I think it's okay to let people say, okay, thank you. And Victoria says Jesus to help them get free. Yes. So how do we write the name Judah? The tetragrammaton with the letter Dalet. Now the tetragrammaton is the name with the 4 letters. So 1 second, I'll write it with blue. 1 second. I did not move, I stay with red. Second. This is the tetragrammaton, the name with the 4 letters. But if we take the 4 letters as they are, convert them to a letter, it will be Dalet, and then we put the Dalet here, and then we have the name Judah. Do you see how the name Judah is being created?
Yeah.
Yes, it's the first time you see this kind of thinking.
I think I've seen it before, but it's good for me to see it again because I probably didn't really understand it.
So it's the name, thank you, it's the name, the tetragrammaton, but since it's a lateral thinking, so we take the 4 letters, the tetra in Greek means 4, so we take the 4 letters and we insert them as a number, as a value, as a letter inside of the tetragrammaton, and then we create the name Yehuda, which is Judah. So far we understand. So now is the question, who or what is selling Joseph? When we look at the structure of Judah, who or what is selling Joseph?
The number 4.
The number of, yes, this is one thing. Yes.
Yes, the number 4 is represents the matter.
Yes. So we have, very good. So we have the 4 letters here. This is how we learn. And the Dalet, which is hiding inside of the hay, the Dalet here, the Dalet is what is selling Joseph. The Dalet is part of the hay. Do we see this?
Yes.
Yeah.
So since Judah is one tetragrammaton, 1 second. And when we shall understand this concept, we shall understand many things, though we don't agree, but this is how the structure is working. Since Judah is one tetragrammaton, how many tetragrammaton is Joseph?
6.
6. Okay.
6 times.
6. Okay. Judah is one tetragrammaton. 126 plus 4. Joseph is 626. Now, if we don't look about name, Judah and Joseph, which number is selling what number?
The 4 is selling the 6.
Okay, and let's be closer. Let's get closer. One tetragrammaton is selling the 6.
Okay.
So in this case, it is not easy to get. It is not easy to get at all, because it's not about people. It's about structure. The 1 sell the 6. Now, and this is it. 1 plus 6 is 7. Take the 7, double it in 26, we get what? 182, the value of Jacob. Questions. Can we think purely mathematically or structurally without thinking about people? Can we get the concept?
Yes.
This is what important. Not think about people and don't think about Christian, religion and all of this because this is first of all to understand the system.
E.T.
Yes.
It was interesting because yesterday we have a Zohar conversation and Rodrigo presented us with some beautiful explanation, and we were looking at Joseph as well, and we can enlarge this vessel a little bit, just thinking that Joseph is equivalent to tzaddik, right?
Yes,
He's
yes.
the tzaddik. He's the tzaddik,
Mhm.
and he is also the secret,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Because he's Yesod, the
Yes.
secret of the covenant,
Yes.
and he also is Tov, because tzaddik, the Zohar speaks that the tzaddik it's Tov.
Yes.
So all these words could be related with these 6 times tetragrammaton and Yosef. So what we are selling here is the secret of the covenant. We are selling the goodness of the Spirit, and we are selling the right path, the righteous path, let's say, the path to the tree of life as well. Trying to put some other ideas that could maybe open what this one-time tetragrammaton is selling to Mitzrayim.
This is a question.
No, I'm just trying to figure out the idea. It's not exactly a question. I'm just trying to give more ideas about what Joseph mean.
Yes, yes. It is the spirit, as we learn. I'm aware of the fact that it's not easy. The 6 upper spheres here, we have 2 triangles. This is the Vav, or 6 times the Tetragrammaton. This is Joseph. He's being sold to serve not just in the 7th sphere of Malchut or Egypt. It is Yesod, because Joseph is also associated with Yesod, with foundation. And Yesod, as a sphere, foundation collects all the light and the abundance that comes from the upper spheres and influence them to the heavenly kingdom. So, in a way, Joseph had to be sold. Because we don't speak about a person. Please, 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 whenever we speak in class, yes, or in general, when we think, it's not about people or personalities, it's about qualities. And Judah, not Judah as a person, but the Tetragrammaton, the name with the 4 letters, sell or release Joseph as a foundation to influence all the spiritual abundance to the heavenly kingdom. In us, in each and every one of us, there's Judah, not as a person, as a quality. In each and every one of us, there's a Joseph, as a quality, the one who wants to influence, the ones who dream, the ones who wants to tell others there is another life. Do we understand it? Because usually we think about the story as historical, first of all. Second, we think about people. We think that Judah is a person. We think that Joseph is a person. We don't see the qualities behind their human image. And I would like to speak before, it is very, very complex. But I would like to make a little pause here and speak about currency, because this is the title of the lesson, Human is a Currency. Now, please put Judah, Joseph and the story aside and all what they reflect inside of us, including Judah Ishkariot in the New Testament. This is a very interesting story, but we have to understand one thing before we continue. When we have a currency or a coin, how many sides does the coin have?
2.
2. Generally, what is appearing on one side of the currency?
A face.
Again, Jill?
A face is appearing on one side.
A face?
Or a head.
A head.
Mhm.
Yes, a head. Okay, a portrait or a head. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's make a smiley. Yes. And what is on the other side?
Usually it's the amount of how much the coin is worth.
Okay, very good. Let's say it's 1, it values 1. The value, yes. And what it is, you say the face. Very good. Now the question, now we speak only about currency. If, and this is it, there's a person. To our eyes, we see a person in the street or someone. He has a name, John. To us, he appears at the moment as John who smiles at us. But from the other side, this is in space and time, he appears as John. But beyond space and time, who or what is he?
Number, maybe?
He is the one, yes. He is the number or the quality, yes. Like the coin or the currency has two sides, we also, each and every one of us, has two sides. From one side of the coin, there's a name. He was born and his parents gave him the name John. From the other side, he is infinite. Or one. Or origin. Do we understand the concept?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, do we understand why the concept of one tetragrammaton sells the 6th tetragrammaton? What does the 6 as a quality, as we have learned so far, stand for? Regardless of the tetragrammaton, 6, as what we have learned so far.
Creation.
Yes, creation, or what? The 6 days of creation, the number 6. Yes?
Bereshit.
Bereshit, to take out the 6. Bara, what is Bereshit? Bara, shit. He took out or created the 6 days of creation. He took out the 6. So, in the same manner that the infinite took out the 6 days and created time for us, if there was no time, none of us would be here. We were born in time. So, as the infinite created 6, Barashit, in the same manner, Judah, the tetragrammaton on its 4 letters, Judah, is selling or taking out Joseph and puts him in time. This is not emotional topic. This is a structure. This is why Rachel is asking at his birth, God shall add me another son. What does she mean by another son? Different, not the one who goes out to the world as the 6 days of creation, but the one who goes in, an inner one. Yes. Questions or impressions?
The 6 also stands for the midot.
Yes.
For the feeling, for
Yes.
it's the human itself, because the human is the one who feels, who has sentiment, and so you are setting this feeling to the doing. You need to minimize your feeling to do something in the world.
This is interesting. This is interesting. What happens when Joseph is sharing with them his dreams? What happens to them? Slowly.
They begin to
Yes,
get
yes, Jill?
angry.
Yes, Jill?
Don't they begin to get angry with him?
Yes, angry. angry. The more he gives this volume, the more he upset them. They get more and more angry. Yes. Yes. But since this is a very huge topic, because this is a structure, and we shall find this also in the New Testament. What does it mean, Judah ish krayot? He's tearing everything. We have to understand that this is the being which is taking out the next stage. But this is a quite deep complex. This is why I will speak about it in drops each time, because it's quite deep. And if you don't have any questions or impressions, we shall move to the paintings, because it's not easy. I'm aware of that.
We can move, Yeti.
Yes. So what do we see here? According to the description, this is a triumph of Mordechai. Yes? Yes. Who would like to describe for us what do we see? Any pioneer, volunteer?
Well, the name of the painting is The Triumph of Mordechai.
Mm-hmm.
So we can see that the moment where he saved the people.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's look into the name Mordechai. What does it reflect? Mordechai, yes. Yes. Mordechai. So here we have 30. And here we have 244. Is that right? Rodrigo?
Yes, 274.
274. What happens if we do like this, 2 double 74? What do we get?
148.
What is 148?
Ehad.
Echad. So whose triumph is it?
The triumph of unity.
Unity, the one. And please pay attention. Here there's a light above this arch. Yes. And the head, and I will move here to the left because there's one detail here on the left. The head of not Mordechai as a person. We have to understand it's not a person. The head of the one is in a way higher than the tower at the palace roof. Do we see this? Also on YouTube. 1 second. Do we see this? Because there's a Google Museum square when I try to focus on the painting. So we see that the head of Mordechai and what he wears on his head is higher in relation to the chapel or the palace. Do we see? Because this is a representation of the one.
And
Again,
it is a triangle.
Yes, it is a triangle. Yes. Please pay attention to the face here. Mordechai, his lips are sealed. There is a verse in the Bible that says, Tehilati echtam lach. Tehilati, my praise. Tehilati echtam lach. I'm not sure it is with tav or tet. We have to see in the Masorah. The praise is to you. The praise is to you, and the praise of the Lord is when we are silent. So this is another aspect, because his lips are sealed, according to verse from Psalms, while the face of Haman, or his lips, are open. So when we say hallelujah, or when we admit to the kindness of the Lord, there's a silent, because there's a recognition of the heart. So the lips are sealed, and the Haman's mouth or lips are open. Yes, who would like to speak?
Betty,
Yes.
I realized that Mordecai is on a horse. A horse in Hebrew is sus.
Yes.
Sus 126. Plus Mordecai, we have 400 development.
Yeah. Again. So.
If we add Mordecai plus the sus, the horse, we get 400.
Plus.
I don't know.
How much is Mordechai? 274.
4.
Yes. We have
Yes.
400.
Yes.
Horse. Plus.
I don't know Mordecai, because in the picture, in the image, Mordecai is on
a
horse.
horse. Excellent. Excellent. Yeah. It's 400. Excellent. Excellent.
Don't know exactly what.
It is very good
meaning.
Because this is, I prepared also last night after class. Also, this is why Rachel asked for another son. We see the same structure in Rachel as well. Rachel has the value of 238. Binyamin is 162. And how much do we have? 400. Now, Mordechai and Esther, from which tribe they're coming? Do you remember? From Benjamin. Mordechai and Esther coming from Benjamin, and we see the same structure. The same structure that we have external, we have internal.
Eti,
Yes.
this structure, what's the meaning? This 400 is that the spirit reach the maximum development possible. I don't know.
Yes. Yes, but there is a returning to the one. Yes. Yes. Since yesterday Fernando asked about Benjamin. Benjamin is 162. 162. We can see it as, we can replace it. We can play like 126. This is interesting. This is one aspect, but we can say 1 plus 62 equals 63. 63 is Sag, the name of the tetragrammaton with the filling of Aleph and Yod in the Binah. So Benjamin is here in 63. 1 second. Here. This is Benjamin. While Joseph is here in Yesod, influencing to the heavenly kingdom. So Benjamin is hidden in Binah. This is why she asked another son. And Joseph is here influencing as Yesod to the Malchut. so he can say this is Joseph. Malchut, kingdom, whether it's Egypt or to the world. So Joseph has a connection. This is Joseph influencing the abundance to the heavenly kingdom. And here is Benjamin, the son of the right side, the son of the tree of life, because Yod is wisdom, and wisdom is on the right. He is the son of the right. So Benjamin is here, and Joseph is here. Do we understand this concept? Because Fernando was asking about this last night. Thank you, Michelle. Michelle is here. Thank you, Michelle. We appreciate you being here. Do we understand? Because we speak about many things at the same time. Jill, Fernando, Rodrigo, do we understand? What is the difference between Benjamin and Joseph in us? Not as brothers who were appearing in historical story. The Benjamin aspect of us learns and understands and working inside ourselves all the time. Joseph in us go to the world. And this is another thing that came last night after class. When we take those two names together, Joseph and Benjamin, (156) and Benjamin, 162. What do we get?
$318.
Yes, 318. The value of conversation. Also the voice of Jacob, Kol Yaakov, because the voice of Jacob is not a voice of an archetype. The voice that comes from the heart, because Jacob is the sphere of the heart. The voice of Jacob also. And Jacob, so to speak, is the father of Joseph and Benjamin. Do we understand how does this work? The voice of Jacob in us, which is in the heart, has two aspects. Benjamin, the one who understands in us here, beyond time and space, yes, and the one who speaks, go to the world and speak, and this is Joseph. And then we have a conversation. Do we understand the tension and the structure between the names and the numbers?
Yes, beautiful, Eti. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Yes, do you understand? Because we started with Judah, and it's. Do we understand that behind the names, that there is a structure? This is what is important. Questions? Fernando, question? Jill, Rodrigo?
Eti,
Yes.
I'm thinking about the verb sell in Hebrew,
Yes.
which appears at the verse 4.
Very good. Very good. Very good.
And I try to fit
Yes.
this with what you are discussing. If you could open this and say something about this verb,
Yes.
I appreciate.
sold, sold. Here, מחר, מחר, 1 second, they go inside. מחר is sold. מחר, sold. It has the same structure like vineyard, kerem. It's the same thing. This is 260 and this is 260. Or 10 times the tetragrammaton. And when Esther says, we were sold, where is the verse? Here. We are sold. And if you replace the word sold, where is it here? Or the stem letters, the root letters are 260s. So who is behind the selling? Who sold? Again, it's the same structure. Who sold?
The tetragrammaton.
Yes. And who is the tetragrammaton? We can ask. And who is the tetragrammaton? Is the 4 letters. The 4 letters are selling, are being sold in time. Yes. It's like, it's good. Victoria says the Lord. Yes. Once a child, a new life appears here, they appear in time. So they have 2 dimensions. The infinite dimension, which is stored in them as a secret, and the revealed dimension. Again, the word sold, מחר, is also the stem letters of makir, recognize. Recognize. Questions?
We could say that this sale is a way for the tetragrammaton to give itself to man for God to manifest.
Yes, we can speak about selling and buying only in the realm of time. Beyond time and space, there is no buying and selling. Yes.
So the tetragrammaton is the only one who has the authority to do all the selling? So it wasn't the brothers?
It's not it's not about human beings or like actors in the movies. It's very interesting what you're saying, because let's say we produce a TV series, so we cast actors, and the actors, when they appear in front of the camera, what kind of words do they speak? Their own words? They come from home, they wake up in the morning, they drink coffee, they dress, they appear on set, and the actors, they speak their natural speak outside of stage. The actor, what does he have to say in front of the camera? The cast.
whoever whatever the playwright has written for them.
Excellent. They speaking their script.
Yeah.
Yes, the playwright wrote something, and sometimes there's a need to fix it. But in general, the cast in front of the camera on stage in a theater, they speak their script or the playwright. It would be it's easy for us to think about actors on stage or in front of the camera. But when we were born, not because we were born to our biological parents. When we were born here, let's start opposite. We were born here because we have a script. We are filling a role. We start at birth under certain name, under certain circumstances, and our life are continuing according to the script that was written to us. The thing is, as actors in times and space, we don't know how we did not read the whole book. Every day we on the same script, on the page that was written to us. Because usually what happens when people shoot a movie, they have reading sessions, and they put the cast together around one table, and they're practicing reading, and they learn what is the relations between the characters until they come on stage or before cameras, and then they shoot it. But a good director would not let the cast read the whole script from the beginning to the end. Every day he will give them a page that is fitting for what the camera is shooting. In this case, he keeps them in tension because they don't know what will happen. This is what is happening to us too. Our script was written to us. We don't know. I mean, the infinite part of us has a relation to the script, but the finite part in us does not know. And then we can choose. We have the two sides of the coin. The invention of a coin, that on one side of the coin we have a value, 1, 2, 3. And on the other side, here in Israel, they do not put portraits. They put flowers or trees. So there's a palm or there's a lily. How people come to this invention of a coin? Why does coin or currency has two sides? Coin in Hebrew, matbea. Matbea, mem, time. Teva is nature. Nature has two faces, the revealed and the concealed. Do we think about ourselves as currencies?
I think about myself that way, but definitely sometimes I think other people, especially in America, see people as currency.
Mm. Because according to the Hebrew, a coin or a currency, matbea, mem, teva, we have two kinds of natures inside of us. The infinite nature and the finite. And we go with this flipped coin to the world all the time. If you pay attention during the course of the day to each and every one of us, there are moments that we are with the infinite. We go inside, we reflect. There are moments that we go out to the world and we appear as a butterfly, as a lily, as a tree, as a son, as a daughter, as a father, as a mother. Those are appearances. Do we understand this? Every person that walks now, let's say it's a beautiful day, there's no store, people are walking on the shore. Everyone has a name, has, so to speak, appearance in time, but a hidden aspect of each and every one of the people who are walking on the shore is infinite. Also the tree, also the flower. So though we have many faces here, or many appearances here, or many names, or many terms, all of these have one source in common. I hope it's not too complex to think about all of those things. And yes, Jill is right. Many people in our time have this notion of they are related as currencies. Not just people in working places. I was evidencing today this too. I was going to bring something from a certain place, and I saw a person. He was trying to milk the moment, to milk people. And it's not about just by this certain behavior. Was trying to milk the moment, to milk people emotionally in a split of a second. It happened. Questions? Please feel free.
I'm thankful for you explaining about the following a script and that we're filling a role. It really helped me put a lot of things into a sequence, and it helped me understand a lot. So I'm grateful for that.
You're welcome, because it's not what we feel, because I remember in previous conversation between me and myself, why is that so? Why? It doesn't make any sense. And at some point we understand there's a script, nobody asked us. And like we were reading about the soul, that the soul does not want to come to experience life here, but God says, with me from Lebanon, my bride. The soul is God's bride. He says, I will escort you here. And yes, and it gives a lot of peace, because we understand it's not something emotional. We just come here to fill a role, and we're doing our best to fill it. It's not, nobody asked us if we like it a rainy day or a sunny day. This is your script, and this is what you're gonna do. And when we come to understand that this is it, life is much more open for us, because the fact that we recognize there's a higher thought and higher sovereign in all of this. It's not about us boxing in life. If I would think better, if I would argue better, it would be different. If we understand that we are fulfilling a script that we did not write, we're going to be the best actors. Because it's a script. It's not a matter of ego. We just want to do it good. This is it. Natalia is writing, how do we know if we are doing it right? There's all the time in Natalia resonance from the surrounding. Resonance from the surrounding. Questions or thoughts?
It reminds me of when I was in that class and I was asking, like, who am I? And then, I heard that you are who I say you are. It makes it real clear because that's exactly, what actors are who the writer says they are.
We are, in a way, we are a creation of a higher thought, and it's good to be in relation to this perspective. All of us are fulfilling here a great symphony, all the residents of the world. Everybody's fulfilling a part, whether they recognize it or not. Yes. And it's not about people. It is basically when people are moving away to the next life, or is that we understand. It's like, maybe it's easier to speak about Moses. Moses has had a role. He had to take Israel out of Egypt, to speak, to stand in front of Pharaoh, to have his standing, and to leave Egypt, and to walk with them until they will arrive to the promised land. Moshe Hashem, the name. Also, in the same manner, each and every one of us has a name. The Tetragrammaton is, though we are John, Mary, and Paul, here there's a name. We have the perspective of the name behind, and we are supposed to do part of this scripture. And we're going to do it the best we can. Whether it's a sunny day or it's a rainy day, whether we are happy, less happy, there's sometimes happy moments or sad moments or embarrassed moments. It does not matter. And as Fernando says before, the 6 is also emotions and feelings or so. But when we understand that there's a higher power source that runs all of those lives of us as humans, nature, everything is participating in this beautiful creation. Animals, plants, stars, everything is submitted. Also, it's a matter of recognition, because the whole creation is submitted to the script. It's no mathematician that creates this in a laboratory. There's a law of nature, a law of physics. All of those things is a manifestation of a great love, an infinite love. So when we understand that we are a manifestation of infinite love, we want to do our best. And and when we understand our life getting better by the mere fact of that we recognize there's a higher power, love, source that is in charge of everything. And we can rest because there's a relation that we are just here playing a role. There's higher power, there's also conversation all the time. And it's beautiful because I want to do it, I want to do the best I can. And we become better and livelier with a lot of liveliness. And we want to give more because it's infinite. There's no limitation of who I am or who I think I am, or somebody, excuse me from saying who, because in the Zohar it's something. There's no limitation of us being perceived as the son of or as the daughter of something that limits us to function. When we have the recognition that we are filling an infinite role, we want to do it the best. And our actions in the world are becoming more significant and more pointed to the goal. And we become better people. Yes, Rodrigo, Fernando, Jill, Victoria, thank you. Would you like to say something?
I'm just really thankful for the conversation today. It's giving me a lot of peace.
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming today. Thank you for your participation. Thank you, Rodrigo and Lisiane. Thank you so much. Thank you, Victoria and Adelia and Michelle and the hidden people. Thank you so much. And if you have questions still about Judah and Joseph, we shall speak about this because this is a very large script that moves the whole Bible, the Old Testament and the New Testament. Since it's a large topic, we shall do it each time step by step. Thank you. Yes, Fernando, would you like to say something? Hope you can speak. But if not, also good. Thank you so much. And if you have questions, you can write them on Discord. I shall be happy to answer them. Thank you so much and shalom.
Thank you, Ati. Shalom.
Shalom, shalom. Thank you, everybody. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, shalom.